This is the new
fucking
intro.
Let's go. That's comedy gold. Okay, this is it. We're getting into it. We're going to go back to last week, a big Tottenham Arsenal game. As you can see the score right here.
top 4 race still on.
Yeah. We have our Tottenham fan here today. Obviously, he's psyched about that one.
Resident bottle job stopping in.
It was a really good game for Tottenham. To start off, there was a penalty, and Son played it off really well, but I think it was a pen. He did get shoved in the back pretty
Is Rob
hard.
Holding who fouled him?
No, I think it was Cedric. I think
Cedric fouled him?
Cedric that fouled him and came in and pushed him in the back. I think it was.
Wasn't that foul though?
That was
his first
different.
yellow.
No, that was.
He had another
something
yellow.
else.
That
Okay.
Yeah, he had a shitty game. Not
Rob
just that
Holding,
moment.
yeah, okay.
Son was cooking him the whole time.
Yeah.
So
Youngman
that-
Son, as per this season, cooking people.
Yeah. So he's doing real well. He's able to get that penalty from Cedric. I mean,
Who scores the pen?
Harold.
Eric Kane. Scholes. But they did score the penalty, go up 2-0, and then, like Tanner kind of said, that Rob Holding first yellow card. It was
It's
quick.
in the 20th minute or something like that.
Yeah.
You pick up a yellow and you're a center back. Like
It's over.
You-
Especially with Garden Son.
exactly, it's the 20th
over.
minute. You got Harry Kane and Youngman Son running at you. The last thing you need is to pick up a yellow card in a derby, the North London derby.
And then in the 30th, he just bang right to the face.
Exactly.
To get the red.
Gets his
Elbow
red.
son, second
then
yellow.
At that point, it's still 1-0 when he
Yeah.
gets his second yellow.
Still 1-0.
Arsenal down to 10 men at that point. I mean, what happened after that?
Shortly, forget who, but
You're
someone
good.
crossed it to Kane. And how do you say his name?
Nketiah.
Nketiah, he's 5'9". He should not be guarding 6'2" Harry Kane when he's amazing in the box.
Yeah, you have a 5'9" striker in Nketiah who isn't really that good in the air, first of all. For whatever
It's not what he's
reason,
known for.
whatever reason, he's man-marking Harry Kane.
I think it was more of a zonal mark, honestly, and Harry Kane just kind of moved into his zone. But you got to be more aware if you're Arsenal.
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
can't let that happen. If you are playing man and you have Nketiah on Kane, that's dumb as fuck in the first place. But if you're playing zonal marking, you have to know that if he moves, he's gonna probably target somebody that's not good in the air. That's what he did.
He just
2-0
flicked her
for
to the
Spurs.
back post. And
Slips through the back post. Exactly.
Was it 2-0 at halftime, or did they
2.
score all 3 in the first half?
2-0.
2-0
2-0.
at halftime.
And then who finished it off?
Third goal in the 46th, I think, was Son off a rebound. Just being
Oh, yeah.
really aware.
It was like right after halftime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Harry Kane kind of like fell and like slipped it to him, and he just
Another Harry Kane to
Boom.
Youngman Son goal.
Yeah, it's a good team goal.
Another one of those combinations as Tottenham fans I know love to see. They got the most
in the Prem ever.
in the Prem ever. Yeah, goal contributions to one another. I guess. However,
Yep.
what would you call that? Like assists to one another or some
Most goal involvements between the
two players.
Yeah.
I guess.
But also, what did you say about Harry Kane? Or I'm sorry, fuck me. Son's record.
He might. I don't know about the first, but he might be one of the few people to get the golden boot without pens.
That would be, yeah.
That would be super impressive.
Crazy.
He's already got 20 or 21.
He has 21, and he needs he has 20, and he needs one more to tie Salah though.
Okay.
You could say, I think a lot of Tottenham fans would say Youngman Son's been one of the most underrated players for the last fucking
For
5
sure.
years or so.
I mean, we'll get into this debate at some point in the future, I'm sure, but is Son world class at this point? Is he in that upper echelon with Mbappe's, Haaland's, Benzema? I'm not talking a really great player. I'm saying world class. Is he one of the best players in his position?
That's gonna be a video
in the
we
world?
have to make a whole new thing on, because that's like
Quick
what
answer,
do you-
Tristan.
what-
Is Son world class? You don't have to back. Is Son world class?
He's at the highest point of below world class. The highest.
Okay, so he's like A tier.
He's a world
not
beater.
quite S tier, but he's A tier.
He's
For
top
sure.
of A tier.
I'd say he's
100%.
minimum A tier. I think at some points this season you could classify him as world class, but
Do you classify Harry Kane as world class?
Yes.
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 I do.
If you can classify Harry Kane as world class, why can't you classify Youngman Son as world class?
well, see, that's the thing. I think because Son has been
Why
good
can't
the
you?
last couple of years, but he has not performed at the level of consistency that Harry Kane has.
That's
have
where I
to
disagree.
be consistent.
I think Heung-min Son, like we said, we're going to have to talk about this in a whole new
This is another video, another discussion. So, like we saw, Tottenham won 3-0 against Arsenal, and they continued their winning ways on the weekend, winning 1-0 over Burnley.
You know I wanted to see that. And Leeds need some help. Leeds need some help there at the bottom.
It was good, but also they didn't help themselves out very much. I mean, I know Tanner has feelings for Leeds. Jesse Marsh, I know. But at the same time, couldn't give a fuck less. Honestly, I'd like to see Rafinha's $25 million release clause triggered by somebody. I think he's too good to be playing at Leeds right now. But
you could say that, but I don't know. I definitely don't want Leeds to go down. Jesse Marsh is the man, so we're rooting for him. Anyways, though, Burnley lost to Tottenham for that 1-0. Who scored?
Harry Kane on another pen.
Yet again, Harry Kane.
They held on.
I really think that I understand the whole, like Tristan said earlier, the getting the golden boot without the penalties and all, but if you're going for the golden boot, bruh, go
Doesn't
for
matter
the
how you
give
get
a
it.
fuck if
Doesn't
you got
matter
the
how you get
penalties or not, bro. I think Heung-min Son should want to step up for those penalties,
I think he
but
should've.
at the same time, from a club's perspective, you always put your best penalty taker up.
Right.
So
They don't give a
it
shit
doesn't
about
matter
those
if it's
records.
Heung-min Son has the most goals or not. If Harry Kane's their best penalty taker, then that's who steps up at the end of the day.
Right.
But
It was a great
did
game
see-
from Burnley, though.
Yeah, we did see a
game.
good defense from Burnley, and
as always,
they worked. I mean, that's what they do. Burnley works the whole game, makes you really try hard for that result, even if it is 1-0. I mean, that's the Antonio Conte special.
you could just say they're honestly like Tottenham, but with less talent.
Just worse, yeah.
They're just less talented.
They're the
team.
less talented
Tottenham.
version of
Exactly. They're just yeah. I guess you could say just this defensive sit back, play hard, play rough,
Tottenham. Yeah,
counterattack.
that top four race is really heating up with also
Yeah.
Arsenal losing 2-0.
Lost to
against
Newcastle. Alan St. Maximin, the what do they call the Newcastle fans? The
Geordies.
The Geordies. Yeah, I was gonna say the Clarys or some shit.
That's someone else.
The Geordies. Yeah, getting hyped up at home. Eddie Howe. I think it's their last home game of the season.
Yeah, last home game of the season, so they were rocking.
Newcastle, you want to win. You want to win your last home game of the season.
Especially
though.
Especially against Arsenal. I mean, they have had a rough run of games recently, but they also went on a crazy tear there for 2 months where they were damn near unplayable. I mean, they had informed players going off, and we've just seen a total collapse the last couple of weeks because they're just horrible.
Newcastle are getting some. The transfers they made in that January transfer window were phenomenal, honestly.
Bruno G.
A very, very good signing. Yeah, you could say they paid more for him than they wanted to, but they kind of had to
pay for him in January if you need him, and they needed him.
And other clubs know when you get new owners that are very, very wealthy, you're gonna get like an extra 5, maybe even 10 mil tax on certain players just because you have that money and they know it.
Right.
But I mean, nonetheless, though, 2-0 over Arsenal, the top 4.
Horrible game by Arsenal too. Horrible.
Yeah.
Top four is
though.
really heating up.
That's the who we giving fourth to? Who we giving it to? Why though? Why Tottenham? Why do Tottenham deserve it?
The bottom of the league. Norwich.
I understand.
So before we get into it too much, Tottenham are 2 points up on Arsenal right now in 5th. And goal difference. So if they get a point and Arsenal don't win by 10, 12 goals, Tottenham get 4th place. So are you confident in Conte getting one single point against relegated, bottom of the table, worst team in the league,
but
Norwich?
And Tristan could sit here and tell us all the confidence he has. But as we've said to you,
Antonio Conte.
It may be Antonio Conte, but Antonio Conte is in the Premier League. This ain't no Italian football.
Yeah, that 20th place team is still a tough game. Last day of the month or last day of the year.
They're on the beach. They're relegated. Whatever you want to say.
They're in Cancun. It doesn't matter.
It's a Premier League team. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen on a rainy night in Stoke. I mean, we've kind of glossed over the Prem a little bit to talk about some more important games because honestly, it's the end of the year. That's really all that anybody cares about. But we're not going to leave you out. We will feed you baby birds. Here are all of the games that happened this week.
Scroll right over through Tristan's face right now.
One team you won't see, Manchester United. Thank God they didn't ruin my weekend. Happy for that. But to fill you guys in, I got to let you know, I got to talk about United. I got to do it. We have hired Ten Hag. We've been over this, but now we're starting to get our backroom staff and our training coaches down pat. We're looking good, and there's been a couple of rumblings, a couple of rumors, running the mill.
De Jong?
Potentially De Jong.
To Manchester. We don't know what side yet, though.
But I gotta... Oh, no.
I think it's gonna happen.
I gotta preface this real quick with saying the person that first broke this story, Gerard Romero, shout out, we know you're watching. He was the first person to break this story, and he said 95% chance that Frankie de Jong joins Manchester United. Now, this is the number one Barcelona news source. The number one. He is not going to say that and put his reputation on the line if there's not something going on. And then over the last couple of days, Laurie Whitwell from The Athletic, David Ornstein, they're two of the most reputable journalists that there are. Potentially, I think, more than Fabrizio at this point, but that's my own thought. They are saying that United are working on a deal, but the problem is no Champions League.
Yeah.
No Champions League, possibly no De Jong. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated on the rumors.
It's got to be hard for United. Like,
it's got to be hard for any team.
With Tottenham, I feel like they'll be able to pull off a lot of the transfers they want to. As with any club, when you have Champions League, you automatically regardless of the budget,
bonus too.
Yeah, you get the bonus, but regardless of how much you spend, and Tottenham are a club who's been known to not spend
in crazy
amounts.
Yeah.
Maybe like on one player at a time, like they kind of did with.
It's been relatively smart.
No, the midfielder went back to Lyon. And Ndombele. They that was kind of like a one-off for them, but
that was kind of a whiff, honestly. So will they do that again?
Exactly. Recruiting, who knows? But this is the Champions League. When you have that to your club, that automatically you're more attractive.
But let's be honest. Now, Tristan, I know you're here, so I gotta shit on you a little bit. If you had a proposal on the table for the same amount of money from Tottenham in the Champions League and Manchester United in the Europa League, you would go Manchester United.
Let's be honest here. False. Don't answer that. Don't answer. Okay, that's all right.
100% you would go with United.
Stop.
Tell me why.
Stop. Let me tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because
go ahead. Take it away.
I'm tired of football fans living in the past. Okay? First of all, this is the biggest fucking problem we have.
United still has the draw.
I understand.
United still has the allure. They play at the Theater of Dreams, Tanner. The Theater of Dreams. He knows what we're talking about.
Who the fuck wants to go to United? Why? Why would you want to go to United?
Franklin de Jong.
Why does he does? Moving on to City. I know I just said alright, but I'm going to say it again.
All right.
2-2 to West Ham.
Started 2-0.
Yeah, started 2-0. Was very upset to watch the game. The mistakes. People on Twitter, City fans on Twitter, as I've said many times,
they're a ravenous bunch.
They're so easy to get riled up. I mean, they honestly think that, I see tweets even today like, oh, we'll settle with Ederson and this and that. Like,
Ederson's one of the best goalies in the world.
He's a good fucking goalie.
He's a world class.
Okay.
He makes a mistake here and there, but every goalie
does. You can't keep everything out of the back of the net. You can't. People shitting on Zinchenko. Zinchenko's a midfielder playing left back. Okay. He's a midfielder playing left back. He fucked up on that goal. I won't defend that he didn't. He definitely did. He needs to get his shit together on that. But like, people are saying sell him, get rid of these players, this and that. Like, I couldn't tell you how many people want to get rid of Laporte, but then Laporte goes on and puts in a shift, and then everybody's sucking him up. But what is it? It's people aren't understanding that mistakes do happen, and just because we're such a good team that we shouldn't make mistakes. Like, it's going to happen. It's West Ham too. West Ham's a good fucking team.
People are too involved or too concerned with the immediate right now, this game performance, whereas you have to look at the whole season. And Zinchenko has done pretty consistently. He's never going to be the player to give you a 10 out of 10 and a 7 consistently.
We've known that about.
He's going to give you a 6, an 8 here, a 5 here, but he's going to be pretty average here and there. But also, people act like Jared Bowen isn't one of the best players in the Premier League right now.
And another thing,
so he's
like
nominated for Player of the Year.
Yeah, Jared Bowen, another player who I've seen small links to United. Maybe that's why Trevin mentioned his name.
I hope
but
not, honestly.
What do you mean you hope not? Hold on, real quick. Jared Bowen at United, I would take him in my club. Tristan would take Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen would go in that right side.
One, not for the money. 2, not to be a backup. He doesn't want to come to be a backup. And our option...
He would start.
Who would he...
As of right now,
as of right this second.
But potentially who we're looking at bringing in, no.
Okay, but that's one thing he would have to understand as a top professional player.
But he wouldn't want to do that. He's too good. He's too good to sit on the bench, but he's not good enough to start at a top 4 club. I mean, he's a great player.
That's controversial. And United's not a top 4 club.
Yeah.
Chelsea,
United's not a top 4 club.
No.
Look, City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Tottenham, as of right now, he does not get into any of those starting 11s.
Say that one more time.
City
maybe
doesn't start over Mahrez.
Okay.
Not a chance.
All right.
Liverpool doesn't start over Salah. Chelsea doesn't start over Pulisic.
He definitely does. He definitely does. Stop. Okay, we can be all of the American bias here we want. He's better than Pulisic.
But also doesn't play in their system.
He would play over Werner. He would play over...
Not over Mount.
Okay. He would play next to Mount. It would be Mason Mount. And
he's basically Ziyech. He and Ziyech are the same...
He's not
same
basically
caliber
Ziyech.
player.
No.
But he doesn't start over Kulusevski. I'd rather have Kulusevski.
He starts over Emerson Royale and Kulusevski
He's a
goes
right
back.
wing back.
Yeah, Kulusevski would go back. Barrett Bone would be up at right wing.
No,
100%.
Yes,
fucking Royale is shitty as fuck.
I agree. He's shitty as fuck. Okay. All right, but nonetheless.
2-2 ending result. That's the fight of champions, as they say.
Honestly, I gotta give a quick. What a fucking shitter is Mahrez for missing that penalty. I mean, honestly, he must feel like a real piece of shit.
Yeah,
because that would have sewn up the title.
Not only missing the penalty, it's the way. I'm not a penalty expert. I'm not a penalty expert, and people will say, "Oh, it's a good one if you make it, it's a bad one if you miss." But bruh, when you just go up there and you just fucking
lollygag
and kick it, like I understand that players like to look cool, calm, and collective on there, and like you want to be the sly guy, and I'm totally for that. I like that.
You don't want to blast it into the skybox.
Yeah.
Still.
If you can just pick out a corner and be that cool guy, I'm all for that too. Like Jorginho, I think he's a great penalty taker. He missed a few, but like Mahrez, bro, you're going up against a Premier League caliber goalkeeper, and you just go and you just fucking tap it into the middle of the net. The goalie could have just went like that and grabbed it. What type of penalty is that, man?
Really fucked up.
The game's on the line. It's 2-2.
The title's on the line. The title is on the line.
The title. Not only is it that he goes up and does that, we have Kevin De Bruyne, who I know he's missed a pen before too. I'm not going to say he hasn't, but he's the best set piece taker on our team. Probably 100% top 3 in the Prem. I want to give him second. I'm not going to give him first. I'm not going to give him first because James Ward-Prowse exists. Maybe there's somebody better else, so I'm going to say top 3. Top 3.
I think he's. No, I'm just playing. He's got more free kick goals though.
Okay, but how many has he taken and how many has he missed in the last little while? Okay, we'll give him top 3.
I think
Kevin De Bruyne is top 3 dead ball players in the Prem, in my opinion. Why is he not stepping up to take that penalty? Why?
He's your highest paid player. He's the number 1 player in the league.
Best player he's in the league.
The number 1 player on the team. One of the best. He just scored 4 fucking goals the week before, and you don't give him a chance to finish off this season.
And like I said, I always support a team putting their best penalty taker up to take it. But
is that Mahrez?
Honestly, I know people are going to say I'm bullshitting about this just because he fucking missed it, but I honestly would have rather have seen Jesus go up and take that penalty. He's a striker. He's got the Brazilian genes, so you know he's got the cool.
You know he don't give a
like
fuck.
he's just gonna go up there and do a little run and tap it in. But 2-2, a fight back against West Ham. I want to say I'll take it, but
you don't want to take it.
It's we could have got the league there. We go on. We play another game at home. I can't even remember who we played against on the final day, but regardless, it's at home. And the stadium better be rocking. And I know we're going to kick the shit out of whoever it is we're playing. And we're going to win the title. It's Aston Villa.
Oh,
it's Aston Villa. We all remembered at the same time. It's because we're brothers. Aston Villa. We're going to
come over there.
Ruin Gerrard's feelings again. As done when he was a player. Because fuck Gerrard.
I hope that perfect storm does not materialize and that Gerrard and Coutinho being former Liverpool players, I hope that nothing materializes from that. Honestly, I hated cheering for City last week, but if it means that Liverpool don't win the quadruple, I will cheer and paint my fucking face blue. I don't care. Anything to stop those Scouse bastards from winning the quadruple, I'll take it.
They just won the FA Cup on penalties. The game itself wasn't too entertaining, I guess.
Yeah, we've kind of glossed over it because the game itself wasn't very good. I mean, there were spells where each team had possession and they were doing well.
Some excitement. Another thing we want to say, throw this in. Pulisic again, fucking great performance. Got taken off.
Should have been on to take his fucking penalty because he deserved it and he would have made it.
Great penalty taker.
Ross Barkley surprised the fuck out of me, honestly.
Yeah.
Put one into the top corner, peach of a penalty.
Tuchel putting on Loftus-Cheek, then taking off putting Loftus-Cheek on for Pulisic, and then later on taking him off for Barkley to go on and take the penalty, which he didn't make. I guess it was a good sub. You could say it's only a good sub because he made it. But
he should have substituted someone else at the beginning.
Pulisic is a good penalty taker, and I think he would have been able to go put it away. Maybe that's probably why they lost. As Pelequeta goes up, it's his second penalty taker for Chelsea, muffs it. All right, that's going to do it. Our special guest here, he'll be back for some future videos, keeping us updated on Tottenham.
Enjoy your meme over his face.
Yes.